Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're back live for a wee bit of members action on a Thursday, and what a Thursday we've got, by the way. Tons of stuff to get stuck into. We've had the Sorare Global Cup announcement earlier this afternoon. We've got one of the penultimate, the final game weeks of so much of the European football coming up this weekend, as well as, of course, all the other stuff in between going around the world of football. On top of that, we are almost at the transfer deadline for season 14 on MFL, and the community team is in a state of distress. It is a massive SOS going out to channel members to get the team and squad filled up ahead of season 14. We had our first match last night. We got a positive result, I'll say. And as we come into this one tonight, there's tons of stuff to get stuck into. Fist bumps is on arrival. And Black Ops LR, Lewis, good to see you in early with the request. Love it, my man. We'll get to that in a wee moment. But I was just trying to set up and think. I remember reading something when we did the blog announcement earlier today that scouting was improved, and there should have been, yeah, some sort of enhancement on scouting so we can find players based on yada yadas and all the rest of it. So what I wanted to try and check here quickly, I maybe need to close this bar. I think it's blocking. Oh, it's just purchase options. Okay. I wanted to see how accurate it actually is with some of this stuff. Yeah, current national team. Yeah. So this is maybe a somewhat handy little filter you might have at your disposal if you've got an extra large gallery, perhaps. It could be an extra little sieve to go through. I was hoping there might have been something, because the first kind of order of business I've got after the announcement today is trying to work out for rare in season exactly like the little combinations. Now, Mexico, South Africa on the first day I won't be able to touch. I've got a full South Korea play now. That Kim Sung-gyu, if he is Korea #1, is going to come in clutch. I've got Kim Min-jae in season. I've got Lee Han-bum in season. I've got classic Kang and Oh and in season Yang. No Son. It's a bit of a tricky one. Can't really play Oh, even though he might be actually pretty handy. So anyway, that's that. I've got a Bosnia keeper, which maybe sets me up for America and Brazil at a bit of a push. So I would need to go ahead of time. I would really need to know. I don't really think I'm thinking like Trusty, maybe. I know I've got Turner, maybe. Yeah, so the Bosnia keeper, I've got Ajal Begovic actually as a Bosnian. I don't know if I've got another one in there. Brazil, I think I'll have midfielders. I think I'll have like Bruno and Pac-Man and Rafinha. I think I'll have like a bit of I'll have a bit of a Brazil front line and Neymar, of course. So I won't have very well. Maybe Ederson does start. I don't know. He's kind of injured as well. He's kind of just bombed out with Fenerbahce. I don't know. Interesting. Maybe Ederson could start. Yeah. So over Bosnia's on the 12th. This is the 13th, but it's late at night to early morning, or that's like a full 24 hours later, isn't it? Bosnia, Brazil. I'm not sure the Vasilj is net. So that's maybe something I maybe try and cash in. By the way, I've got Canada, don't I? I've got AJ. I've got Jonathan David. I've got Eustachio. I've maybe got somebody else lying around. So maybe there maybe is a play there for a low streak score. Assuming the Korea has done the job on streak 1, maybe streak 2. So there's significant time away from each other. Yeah, interesting. Scotland, I've got Stacks. So yeah, it's probably Scotland Haiti. Yeah, man, I want to be on a big streak for Scotland Haiti somehow. Let's have a wee peek at this again. Let's have a wee peek. A wee nosy. So 320. Korea should be able to smash that. It's raging I can't even have Korea like second on the list. But yeah, Korea could smash the first one for me, hopefully. Canada, Bosnia, sort of hybrid thing. So it'd be like Vasilj, AJ, Ajal Begovic, Jonathan David, Eustachio, something like that. To hit 380. That's not our 420. It's worth a life. It could maybe do the job. After that, I'd be looking at maybe threes, Trusty. I doubt I can call upon Rodan. I do have Tyler Adams, classic. What other Americans to have? It's maybe worth opening another tab for that for a moment. Now, I'm going to trust my master list. I'm not going to play around with the filters that Sorare have. So let's do the World Cup squad. Yeah, boom. And then nationality. USA, will that do it? Yeah, US will work. Do you know, I've got a few people. I've not got a lot of in season. I would need Reina to do something which is not something I'm going to be banking on, is it? So around that time, Switzerland, I've got Breel and Bogo as an in season forward. That could be playable. And also, I've got all that Brazil power. So yeah, if I get like confirmation of like threes playing, then I can play him there and activate Brazil essentially with Trusty. And then yeah, Haiti, Scotland. That's what I wanted to kind of peek at here, because if we were to do that, Haiti, Scotland, I don't think it's hard to imagine. I'm on number 3, so I'm really looking at Scotland for maybe. So Brazil will definitely get me the 420. Korea 360, Brazil for 420 will definitely get me there. If I can do it interim, I might have a life to spend. Then I'm looking at Scotland for 460. Let's have a look at Scotland against Haiti. Like, surely if Scotland are going to do anything, that's the game for it. So I've got double gun in season, which is great. Yada yada. Defence. I've got defence for days, don't I? Yeah, I've got triple Tierney. I've got double Robbo. I've got classics of all of them as well. I've got whoever's going to play right back. I'll have McKenna and Hanley. Defence. I can go double defence, no bother at all. I've got all the power plays in midfield. There's not in season McTominay becomes quite appealing to me all of a sudden. I think the early ones will go for Punchy because he's a nice card, so I'm maybe not in a rush. There is a lot of time between now and the World Cup, but that is firmly now come onto the shopping list for me. Lennon Miller's not in the squad, so we can just remove him. Same with this lad, he's not in the squad either, we can get rid of him. So we've got in-season Christie, in-season McGinn. That's like 2 single mids. We've got a classic McTominay, potentially, to go double mid or something to that effect. And then McGinn as well. McGinn, yeah, I've got McGinn in season and classic. So yeah, 2 teams, maybe even 3 teams is possible with the amount of players I've got. Shea Adams is a starter for me. Ross Stewart, Doak. I've also got bids in for Dykes and Curtis. So I think Adams and Dykes are the primary 2 strikers. And then for the third team, I'm maybe just rolling the dice on someone. The first game you're going in it totally blind, but thereafter you maybe can paint a bit of a picture of kind of what's going on there. So I'm kind of hoping that, yeah, with a couple of lives, 460 from Scotland against Haiti if we're going to do it. Then after that, after Scotland, I maybe aiming at 500. Germany, Curacao, Turkey, Australia. I could definitely, I don't know definitely, but Turkey, Germany. Where's my next goalkeeper coming from? I don't have any of these goalkeepers until Spain. Now, Spain, Cape Verde is a bit of a wait. Are we waking up on the 15th? No, probably not, actually. I'll go to bed with Scotland. That'll happen as I'm sleeping. I'll wake up, miss out on. Oh no, it says the next day. It is a bit of a wait. Germany could be powerful, but I know I've not got the goalkeeper, and that goalkeeper's even dodgy anyway. Shouts of Neuer getting called up. Germany, I've got 9 outfielders. And, Taz probably going to start. Wirtz is probably going to start. Rom's probably going to start. And I think for a forward option, Sané's pretty tidy. Only 2 in seasons, yeah, so that's a bit of a factor as well. Scotland, I've got everything so far. Like Brazil, oh no, Brazil. I'm accounting on Brazil smashing, but I don't actually have much Brazil in season. It's actually classic I have. Oh, yeah. So the Brazil, I'll need to pick probably Bruno G or Rafinha. I'll pick Rafinha with Vasilj, Ajal Begovic, Alistair Johnson, Eustachio, something like that. Yeah, so I'll just need to do a mad hybrid team with the Vasilj into using classic Rafinha to then have Scotland. But then after that, like I've got the Spain keeper, and then I can probably just go all the way after Spain. But then after, I've got the Spain keeper as a bit of an island. I've got the France goalkeeper, and that'll be pretty alright by the way. Setting up with Mignan on the 16th. Oh, this is gonna be so weird, man. Like, yeah, my goalkeepers are all kinda together. Yeah, Japan. Well, again, if I have a Japan keeper, I'm probably gonna go quite a lot of Japan. But in season Rom is pretty punchy. Turkey, Arkatoglu, maybe somebody else could be alright. I've got Spain. Actually, I don't have much in season for. Yeah, so what is my Spain looking like? 13 cards. Unai Simon classic. Yeah, all classics for Spain. Hmm. So yeah, Unai Simon might need to be a wee bit of a. Yeah, he's going to bring together Rom, Rom in season, Japan in season. Yeah, so let's do Japan. Yeah, this is the fun. This is where the fun kicks in. So Japan, Germany. We'll be able to see who we've got to select. Turkey for this team. Where are we? Sweden, Tunisia. I'll put in because I will have Negren. I suppose Ecuador, Ivory Coast. Have I put Germany in this? Yeah, Germany, Japan, Turkey. Germany, Turkey, Japan. I guess I'll include. Oh yeah, I've got Van Dijk, Netherlands, and probably other guys too. Yep. Um, Ivory. Jesus, man, some set here, eh? Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Sweden, Tunisia, Spain. Sweden, Tunisia, Spain. Boom. Right, so let's check this out. This is who I should have available then for streak 5, yeah? And then if we look at position filter, yeah, so over that period, we only have Simon, classic keeper. So we're going to hit the in-season filter. We've got Van Dijk and Rom. I hope that's not just eliminated the whole list that we had here. It hasn't. Good. All those nations are still there. Nice. Kamada is solid. So that's double defence, single Kamada for safety. The rest of them might be alright, but that's nailed. And then up front, we would have the choice of one striker. Yeah, I don't mind Sane. He's playing some Dave Mince, isn't he? Although not nailed, still effective from the bench. Arkatoglu is playing Australia. The Gren, Dyson. Yeah, so that could be alright. So what would that be? Sane up front, Simon in goal, Kamada in midfield, Rom, Van Dijk. So Sane up front against Curacao. Van Dijk versus Kamada. Fine. And yeah, oh, that's Sane and Rom against Curacao. Yeah. And then these two fighting each other. And then Spain keeper the next day. Feels a wee bit weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I only have. I don't even have any backup potentials or anything like, oh, maybe this guy gets minutes. Literally only have him. And then from there, assuming we've hit streak 5, that'd be a pretty stuffy team. Hard to, it could do alright. But maybe it doesn't. The next life. Where's the next goalkeeper we have? France with Mignan. Austria, I've got their own thing going on. So yeah, but France is here. In season, yeah, I don't think we've got. I think we do it. We've got like in season Kante, classic Mignan, obviously. Oh yeah, this is where it's going to get dicey. I don't think that's a bad 5. Again, playing all these filters is maybe a bit of a nightmare. Good to see you all. I'll get to some of the requests in a second. There's a bunch here. Hey Quinny, I'm not a fan of the World Cup format. I've got one quality team and not much around it. Not a fan of moving away from. Yeah, fair enough. I think that, like I said in the video earlier, I think this is just, the resources have to be quite. They've all been quite dedicated. There's not like normally there's a little bit of everything for everyone everywhere to different degrees, but I think when it comes to just what's available and whatever, they've been quite good with just segregating formats and keeping it simple. So I'm kind of with you. I don't really love where this is going. If this is a foreshadow for 27, in a lot of regard, I do think like this is like, I think the World Cup mode is like lots of individual components just being like themselves and no other kind of frills or side pieces or the other stuff or whatever. And I think when we get to sort of 27 proper, it's a whole new suite, to be honest with you. I think it's like there still will be that kind of, we've seen the leaderboard and hot streak divide. I still expect that kind of thing to happen, but I don't think there will be this kind of change of layout of payout. I'm not a total fan of the shared prize, like that. That's not going to be streaks. I cannot imagine that being the case. But yeah, let's delete these nationalities. I'm going to do this one more time just out of curiosity. I think that's a good attempt, by the way. I think I could hit that quite fast. What would I be missing to do that? Nothing really. I just need to be. I really need to hit the money with this Canada build. With the classic Brazil striker. I suppose no, I've got Ayal Begovic. I've got Breel Bolo against Qatar. Breel Bolo against Qatar is probably better, isn't he? But the Bosnia keeper, Alistair Johnson. Just hope that's 0-0. And then, yeah, I don't think there's any other mids I could really call upon there in season wise. Yeah. So that's maybe about something, but then yeah, it's this weird goalkeeper spot. Like, Zion Suzuki's the only thing for it. And if I did have Zion Suzuki, what about just Japan? I Don't think I've got a full out in-season rig, do I? Of who will start? Nah. Maeda maybe starts. Kamada definitely starts. Chima probably starts, I think, where he's at the now. So that could be double mid forward, Suzuki in season, and then a classic defender, which could be Jonosuke Suzuki. That'd be an alright V5 man. No Take though. Yeah, Japan could be a play in itself. Shuta Machino's not going to start. Dyson, although great, isn't that great for Japan, I don't think. Probably scores at the World Cup. He did in the last one, didn't he? So yeah, that's a little so Suzuki kind of becomes a wee bit. Yeah, I wonder if there's a cool goalkeeper we're going to get. Good to see you, Liam, Michael, James Wakefield, and Lewis. Good to see you. Lewis, your request is first up. I'll read it out and put the thing up so I can get it into my head. Hi, Quinny. Are you able to look at my in-season rare MLS? Had been able to get lucky with a few crafts, so now seems like I have a few more pieces to get some return. Been struggling with some streaks. Love that. Lewis P94. My man. Love that, mate. Love the crafting luck. It's been a while since I've seen your icon as well, Lewis, by the way. You were a regular for a while on these. But it's good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. I know you've been in the chat and stuff, but it's been a while since we've did. Or maybe you've just changed your logo again, but I certainly got a wee flashback there and thought, oh yeah, it's been a minute. ML to the S. To the rare. 16 keepers. In season, we're looking at Sorare, if he's playing. Danish guy at the Rapids who's playing for Stefan the now. Berkey and handcuff. Classic Berkey, classic Lloris, good picks. Classic Kripau, good pick. Yeah, your classics are really on point. You've got a few in seasons, that's nice. Defence. I'll have a look at who you pulled. I'll kind of do this the overall kind of scan, and then we'll see who you've pulled recently to maybe mix things up a bit. But yeah, defences. Yeah, Urigidi's had a minute or two of a bit of fame, hasn't he? Antonio Carlos looks like he could be a player. Houston just look good, don't they? Yeah, I'm familiar with enough of these guys. And it's hard to really criticise defensive picks on MLS on Sorare this season because there's not been any obvious ones or any nailed on ones. None of them have been fairly priced either. You know, anyone that's moderately usable, it's just OTT price wise. Classic Espinoza, McGlynn 4 days ago. I can see that with Cole Bassett as well. Oh, did you maybe craft and then turn and burn some stuff? That's lovely, mate. 2 classic cartels. See where our allegiances lie here. And some other guys, some nice in seasons, some other kind of squad pieces or whatever. 2 difference makers at the top here. Nice classics. Tillman. Oh, excuse me. Guilherme in season. Boss. Crafted that 2 months ago. That will be a big contributor to winners, as well as Facundo Torres. Crafting both of them together is a wee. I'm definitely remembering hearing about that in the chat. Certain about that. Musa as well has been on form in the last 2 months since you've picked him up. I'm sure he's been useful. Bamba's had a wee spell as well of form, maybe a wee L3, L4 for him at one point. And this is alright. It is like, you know, it's like 2 to 3 really good teams here, isn't it? I think when you look at the midfield and the defence options, yeah, 2 to 3 really good teams, but the defense is probably the most sensitive. You really need more in-season versions of your better classics. So like Miles Robinson, for example, like having that as a classic is just not really viable for how good your other players are now. But he's a very usable defender for the most part. And the same could probably be said for 1 or 2 other ones. Some of them will be really cheap to do, like Gutman and your man. If you still fancy using them, Harry L maybe as well. But that's the only thing. Let's see your defense. Like it's kind of alright. There's maybe an upgrade or 2 you could make fine, but I think the main thing with defense is there's no classic worth having as a classic for in-season play, especially when we're using a wee bit of classic keeping. You know, I think you've got enough in-season forwards here where you could go single striker across 3 teams. If Bamba's on it, you could probably make that double forward in one of the teams. and you've still got some other guys kind of dragging it down here that could be included, like a Ponce or whatever. So I think forwards are pretty sweet, even at in season. In midfield, like double midfield's a lovely thought. But you're then jumping into classic midfield, and that means you need the in-season keeper. But we do have a few of them, so that's all right. Midfield is like, it works. I think it's a bit tightly strung. Maybe another player for a bit of versatility or a wee bit of options as an in-season would help, but it's fine. But when I look at the defence, like this is just fixture dependent everywhere. Not that anyone isn't really fixture dependent, but see even guys like Miles Robinson, if it's his good game as a classic, that's not easy to use. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd say about the defence. Without really needing to break the bank, you've got some guys here that'll be fine for the most part. Focused on a few of them, but maybe a few other ones are worth a mention as well. You do have some in seasons, obviously. But that's the only thing I think here for streaking. 2 or 3 teams that are really strong like this, you should be streaking and hopefully picking up 1 or 2 payments at a hit. And then organically, the 4th team isn't far away anyway. I don't think there's really any need to like, oh yeah, let's flesh this out more, or let's go and, you know, even just having some more in season, just defense options will help greatly. I think with that, and even the market now, the secondary market is going to be a buyer's market. So what we're looking for is in season rare. Defenders is probably going to be quite premium for what we're going to chat about now, because the demand is going to be next to zero and the supply is kind of ever growing at the moment. So maybe take a wee mental snapshot of where some of these prices are, because with the World Cup cards that have came out today, depending on who's selling some of these individuals, and let's see if we can maybe try and specific like Tolu for 25 quid, for example. That's not a bad out in season pickup at all. There's only one of him for sale, Hollywood Mates. What's his deal? 3 days ago for 18 quid. Like, for example, if you sent him an offer for 18 quid, he probably just accepts that so that he can get his 18 quid back and go back into the market for whatever he's after. Some of these other guys are maybe like, you're really hoping like some of these guys that are more expensive drop in price quite steeply with the World Cup cards coming out. But they still do have a game week coming up, so maybe people are happy to get the utility in any case and take the drop for what it's worth. But that Tolu looks like a good shout. And again, check his injury status and stuff. I'm not up on everything in MLS. Falu Fall, this guy looked really good in the Norwegian League. He's got his first little green score there, by the way. In a while. He has played before. I was thinking he has played. Yeah, he's been out injured again. He's a fiver. Again, like, your defence options are like, they're very fixture sensitive, and that's a guy for a fiver could come into being useful. I wonder if he's going to the World Cup, by the way. With Senegal, I doubt it. They're quite a good nation, aren't they? But Tavon Gray, 25 quid. Again, it's quite steep, isn't it? Trent's got one. Pug's got one. Let's look at this guy, Calv. He's been going for 17 quid on auction. Calv got him for 35. Yeah, he's not buzzing to take a hit. One of the traders, but, you know, you could probably get a decent wee deal out of them. Aye. Trent's probably doing alright out of that deal, isn't he? 100 quid for Bright, Gray, Royce, Muller, Luna, Tate Johnson, Reagan, Thiago Martins, Walidze, and Maximo. Not a bad deal for the Treninator. Again, a auction price of like 15 quid. I dare say you could probably snipe that off of one of the traders. Who knows? Anyway, so that's the only thing I would really think, mate, because you've got quality in the right places. And defence, like I say, is kind of ripe. That's probably the better way of putting it rather than premium. It's ripe for the picking, because defence is just a minging position on MLS and MLS on Sorare this year. And there's way too much supply for the little demand that already is. Midfield's a bit different because these guys do pack a punch, they do deliver, and they don't come cheap for the most part. So you maybe need to keep your eyes on individuals that you've liked. I don't think you had an in-season Luna there, did you? Did you have a classic Luna? Or am I mistaken? Maybe I'm mistaken, sorry. I don't know why I thought you had a Luna. But again, he's going to the World Cup. Maybe there's a wee bit of that action you could get yourself involved in. 50 quid, maybe it's a bit punchy in that regard, but just kind of thinking out loud on that one. Segovia, he's probably going to the World Cup, by the way. I don't know, Venezuela in the World Cup, or where is he? Venezuela or Ecuador? Just seen his wee flag there, and I thought, yeah, he's probably plays with Messi. You know what I mean? He's probably as well qualified as most other players to get called up for that country. Eddie Tagsev. Anyway, so that's how I'd kind of think about it, Lewis. I like I can see how you've maybe been on a bit of a slow grind because you've had like your guys come in like McGlynn and Bassett only just arrived. Obviously, you've had Facundo and Guilherme probably playing double striker in the best team for a little while, which is awesome. I think you've got the depth here now where, like, yeah, just get rid of some of these classic pains in the neck, you know. Well, maybe have a wee peek at midfield quickly. We had this. Oh, yeah, we did have midfield on. Bogey for 15. I know he's not done well yet, but he's only 24, man, and he is a big. He was a big hitter in MLS. He's in a good team. Doesn't take much for that to work. Fafa Pico going to be playing in the World Cup. Oi, oi. Joaquin Calvez, I haven't read it carefully yet, but it seems to me that there's no leaderboard for the World Championship, only streaks and in season comps. Yeah, you're right. There's no overall tournament thing. Hi Quinny, not experienced in Sorare, but have made an MLS limited team for in season. Love it, Peter Hutchison. Username Sorare Boy. I'll check that out, Peter. I know you're new around here, so I'll have a wee peek. Probably need to hit streak 4 once to at least break even, but just keep hitting 1 to 2, then fail. Yeah, I've kind of had. I'm fully in on NYC for MLS, so that's the kind of life that I live with that. I'm kind of going for like multi hits when it does hit, and hopefully we're set up high enough on the streaks for it. Um, but yeah, I think that, I think you've got too many restrictions here for your in season and your classics. Because even if I just put this filter on, in season forward, or this is the in season, everyone's. Let's just go by filter here. So forward, Guilherme, Facundo, Musa, Bamba, all very usable. Farrington, I think's been good as well, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been all right. He's hit big sometimes, but this is like a team. This is like a dream for Team Four. A guy like this, or a leaderboard kind of throwaway last man effort. I don't think he's really. And again, I like Jaden Nelson as much as anyone else. He could be all right. Not a big fan of some of these other lads, but they play and they score. So for, yeah, like Bamba beyond, like you've got enough coverage there. And if you're going single striker, you probably get a good like best team, second team, so on, level forward. But double forward could be the most optimal sometimes. Midfield, you've kind of got Tillman should be better. Busha is doing all right, isn't he? Bogey, oh, you've already got a Bogey. And there, yeah. So again, you kind of want to go. So if we're going single, we're going single striker in season. If we're going single mid in season for the top 3 teams, let's imagine, we're then looking at defense on in season. This is, yeah. We're then looking at in season, and we need 3 guys. We need 3 guys that can play alongside Guilherme and McGlynn, or alongside Cole Bassett and Facundo Torres, that kind of thing. And yeah, some of these guys maybe have the game and they're maybe lined up for it, but there's just not enough of them, and there's not enough of them that are like definitely going to like produce a decent score for you, I think. And then when we go to the goalkeepers, for the best 3 teams, we can use Burkey, we can use Bond, we can use this guy for now anyway. Yeah, so you should have just about enough in-season keepers where the solution to all these teams then is using the classic outfielder, which you've got Espinoza, we've got Denke, Kuipers, who can't stop scoring, Hartel, we've got tons of him, that's cool, and 1 or 2 others, which is lovely. So it's yeah, I think in-season defense just lets the rest of your gallery work a bit better, because you can then, yeah, the keepers are just about usable, I think, aren't they? And I don't mean that in like a rubbish or anything, but like 1 or 2 of them are maybe a wee bit dodgy for like keeping their job. Like Colorado Rapids, other keeper Zach Steffen, who'll be a big wage earner. Bond's fine. In Burkey, you've got the handcuff for it. And this Sirwa in at Dallas is obviously just happened. I'm not too sure if that's something you can bank on. So there is like, and Bond is, again, not exactly the most bankable of keepers, but it looks like he's number 1 for now, isn't it? So you've got like 2 bankable in seasons, and you're kind of hoping between these other 2 guys, one of them stays in. That's not something I would want to play with fire on for too long. So maybe a third in season keeper. Equally though, if you want to forget this, and everything. I've just kind of stretched that into 3 teams, right? But if we condense that into 2 teams, they get way stronger. But the problem still then turns up where if you had like either double, let's imagine it's double forward, Guilherme and Facundo with McGlynn in midfield, you're going to use a classic keeper because it's better. What defender are you sticking in that team? Tough to say. Next team, you're going to play in-season keeper. Either our defender, you're going to use in-season Bassett, in-season Musa, and then your best other classic cards like Espinoza or Hartel or whatever. What defender would you put in that team? So yeah, I think it's just, and all these defenders are fine, but could you look at this and say I should have somebody of the level? I'm not sure about that. So just a wee bit of class, and it'll be really cheap to do, mate, especially if you're not in a rush, because these cards won't be dear, and people will negotiate. That's just to get your feeling a bit better about how your team builds. I think that's all you need to do, mate. You can also go out and just buy better players and all that stuff as well, of course. But I think that's the thing that's really kind of just probably slowing you down a bit, as your defense is just a bit too not a big enough roster for like the level of guys you've got. You want to be able to call upon, and you've got, like I say, I keep going back to Miles Robinson and Harry L. But it's those types of guys. A few more of them, like 2 or 3 more of them. You can then look at that whole defense situation and go, one of those guys will be usable. And even the second guy probably isn't in a terrible nick because it's a Walker Zimmerman type. It's a big centre back that does all right once in a while, or whatever it is, an attacking fullback, Alex Rodan or something. The Messi card is out now. Ho 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 ho. That'll be interesting. Oh, so it is, by the way. The Messi card is out. Edition. International. 43 of them are out. Is this on instant buy? No. It's just his page info, isn't it? 3 rares. They are going to go for something, aren't they? Now, the no Argentina badge is a little bit something in it, but it's an Argentina Messi, World Cup champion. There's only rare and limited, so I guess he's not going to get a super. Super would have been good with the blue. Now, the question I'm really after now is Paz. No. Let's look at the market. Auctions. There he is. International editions. Nationality. Tina. RDP. Paredes. Lautaro. Messi. No Paz yet. Yeah, the RDP is a bit of a bad Photoshop, isn't it? His head's way too small. Is it just me? Looks like his head's way too small. Not quite the Men in Black meme. I'm not sure that's a good one. RDP Argentina is still pretty iconic, isn't it? After this weekend, next MLS game week is around mid-July. Our prices, yes, prices will definitely drop loose, definitely. You can look at my MLS setup if you have a chance, please. All day skill. Yeah, let's do it. All day skill. That's a market page. This was Lewis. I think, is there anything else? I think for rare, mate, I say I like your guys. I say obviously, but you can just buy better guys and whatever, fine. But now this is the sort of thing I'd be interested in if this was my build, is like just let me use the better cards the way they need to be used at the time. And yeah, a few more in-season defense options that don't really need to cost the earth. I think just make your life a lot easier overall. All day skill, and this is MLS setup too. Oh yeah, let me look at Sorare Boy. So Sorare Boy's probably found us from the Celtic content and stuff. So good to see you, mate, Peter. Thanks a lot for hanging out. So I normally do this for the channel members and stuff. But like I say, I don't mind having a bit of fun with you and see what you've got going on here. Sorare Boy, love that. 25 pieces. Love that. Wee McGregor in there, of course. Why not? And what we're playing with to get started. 4 keepers. Turner. Harold Edwards Jr. Guzan. Nice. I don't know why you got the Guzan. I suppose 2 years ago, so fair enough. Oh, fair enough, man. Aye, yeah, they're old timers, aren't they? Excuse me. But JT Marcinowski, Matt Turner, that's fun. Butkus, one a year ago. That's funny. You've got a bit of a funny kind of legacy little set up here. Mickey Yaman and stuff. Joe Waterman. That's quite fun. Adrian Marin is a defender. Leuven is the mid. The McGregor for 90p has got to be had, isn't it? Ladero DNP'd midweek. That was not fun. Tillman and such. That's it's funny to see. Kuipers and Denke brought in a day ago with Ilowski. So it's a classic striker with Ilowski, Leuven in midfield, Marin the defender, and JT Marcinowski the keeper. Nice. I like it. Son's got a card now as well. A Korean Son is pretty OP. Although in saying that, unless he's got a flag edition. Oh, there he is there. Aye, Sons is pretty good, isn't it? Oh, is that just different scarcities, by the way? Oh, the limiteds look alright. Is that a super rare? Oh, the super rare Korea ones are, and the rare ones, their variation is very nice, isn't it? Where's this Son limited? Oh, there it's there. That's alright, actually. I like the rare, but the rare is proper good because it really looks like the Korea flag in the background. And because of his pose, you don't really see that there's no badge. You know, it's not as blazing as Yang here or Lee Jae Sung. You know, so I like that. Super rare's quite cool as well. Again, you can quite. It's not clearly a Korea flag, but it's close enough. Yeah, so that's quite fun. The Sun one's quite cool. No uniques, it looks like. So Young will probably get a unique. Quinny, can you have a look at my MLS and Premier League cards and help me with some lineups? I'm struggling to hit streaks, and I think it should easily hit the streaks for sure in MLS. It's a pity they didn't get licenses for the real kits. Yeah, totally. Thanks for the reassurance, Quinny. Was unsure what to buy and seen MLS was still. Yeah, sure, man. You've not spent much there on those cards, buddy. So have we still got the page on? You've not spent much on them, you know. So if you just get a wee head start the now, and then watch out for some dips. Maybe just get one or two better cards here or there when everyone else is playing the World Cup. You can get a second lineup going quite quickly, and you're cooking with gas in no time. The Bruno Fernandes cards are nice. They are nice. They're very eye catching when you come onto the market. Is he still in the top order? Maybe not anymore, but maybe we'll go to rare. That changes. Oh, there's been some auctions, of course. Yeah, so after looking at all that stuff, who have I put bids on? I put bids on Finlay Curtis, Lyndon Dykes. I don't mind that actually, but this guy, Svoboda. I'm probably going to stop. I'm going to stop there. I'm happy to be outbid at a fiver for this guy. Kang's up at 27. Yeah, I'm hopeful that my Scotland guys don't get outbidded. I'm sure some of these will punch a bit harder, especially as you look at the fixture analysis and look at who should be playing where. Oh, Red or Dead, have you got a comment in here? Sorry, as well. Oh yeah, see you at the top here, Red or Dead. All day skills, Red or Dead fist bump. Good to see a messy card out. Not sure if my above comment is showing, or is there another one? No, this is the first one I see, mate. Not sure if my above comment is showing, but I'm going for streak 5 in MLS, of course. Upgraded my gallery since last time. Hoo, that sounds fun. Right, okay, let's get Red or Dead on after all day skills. Then we had, was it Guido? Yeah, Guido. Thanks for the advice. I'll go and scour them. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think defenders, honestly, like stacking them with a goalkeeper is an okay thing to do. I'm not against it overly, right? But see, with the way MLS defenders are, like, honestly, they're just individual beasts. Like, if you remember, like, maybe it was luck, right? But the way I just drafted Gutman in, like, it looked like he had a good couple of games. He had a good couple of games. And then we dropped him because you kind of know, right, it doesn't get much better than that for a guy like this. You kind of need to just take them as they are, centre backs at home, attacking fullbacks in form, or, the different stories they all carry. You just kind of need to. And if you have a keeper that pairs with it, fine. Whatever. If you're going to do that once in a while, make your life easier. But yeah, I wouldn't be deliberately like, oh yeah, let's build a stack out of this, or deliberately stack with defenders, because some teams have just got crap defenders, and yeah, if they have good defenders, fine. But some of them, I forgot my lemonade here. Some of them don't. So Red or Dead, let's put you into this. And then after that, we had Guido. Yeah, I kind of get the OCD part of it. Jamiral, Jamiral. I get that, but I think I've just always kind of looked at the goalkeeper. Like, the goalkeeper is your ticket into the game for me, and it is a random number. The goalkeeper is always a random number. There's a few times where you can look at a keeper and think, yeah, he's going to be on it. But honestly, like, they've got so little control of their fate. It's a random number. So, like, yeah, I think I'm quite good with disassociating keepers from defenders in that regard, because your defender could do great and the keeper could suck, and vice versa. There's no guarantee that they come in together big. Some of them have got strong correlation, but point remains, guy could save a penalty, but why did the penalty happen? Because the defender gave it away, or whatever, so all sorts can happen. That's just his head. All they've done is paste the international shirts. Yeah, I think so too, Graham, with the RDP one. I think so. There's some of them that are quite bad, aren't they? Kim Sung Gyu SR card looks like he is holding a milkshake. Yeah, the super rare Gyu, was it? Yeah, I think it caught my eye as well. I didn't know what it was, but you've maybe nailed it. Where is he? Yeah, It caught my eye. Is like, it looks like, it's like, is he holding a bowl or something? Is what I thought. But it's the number one on his shirt, and where it is, like, next to his glove, and the way the kind of curvature of the. It does look like he's holding something, doesn't it? It caught my eye too. I think you've nailed it there, mate. Great shout. Great shout. Right, all day skills. What were we after again? Let's scroll up. MLS setup. Are we talking rare? ML to the S. Okay. It's a funny one, isn't it? So Cisniega continues to disappoint Sorare managers on an annual basis. Gillier, they're a little budget guy. Wasn't too budgety for you. Kalina Classic, Durin Ferry, or whatever his name is. Looks like he's in there now. Kolode, yeah, the Dallas keepers. He just dropped out for that other guy, Sirwa. So you've got the handcuff. Fine. Handcuff for a keeper. Handcuff for two keepers, actually. Make that. Handcuff for three. Three full handcuffs. And then classic Kalina. That's beautiful, mate. That is beautiful. That is solid, by the way. Solid work there. And then this is kind of what we're. And now these defenders are a wee bit, maybe, like, the last defenders we're looking at, maybe like predominantly tier 2. Maybe these ones are maybe a wee bit more tier 1y, with the likes of Tiago, Rodan. This Bartlett is actually got a good L5 on him, for as much as a DC defender does. Wouldn't expect it to last. Tavon's kind of like that too. Could be hot and cold. Gustavo's and Tafari are alright. Larea, I think's alright. Does this guy play alright then get injured or something? Yeah. Big AA got injured. Watch out for the return of him. He could be good. So yeah, it's a bit thin. Your goalkeepers are quite comprehensive. All these guys are kind of playing the now, so you've got options. You've got 6 defenders for 4 keepers, which is lovely. But it is, yeah, it's just a bit thin. It's quite sensitive to 1 or 2 missing out, suspensions, injuries, rotations on the fly, that kind of thing. But it's good to go. And for 4 teams, like the first 4 mids are definitely good. I would even say the second 3, yeah. I think you've got 4 teams of mid here quite nicely, but on fixtures, this is going to be like changing all the time who's your best and who's not. And then from like Cifuentes, Etienne Jr., Ayala, Dubararski, you've not got much you can really like hang your hat on week in, week out. So for 4 teams, what we're looking at there, 7 mids. That's all right. You can work with that, no bother. All in season as well, by the way. And then up front, we've got classic Muller and Son. In season, and Vardson, Soloy are our moves. Obviously, Dryer as well. How could I miss that? So yeah, real power. Classics up front. Yeah, you've did that kind of thing we were just chatting about a minute ago, where your mids, although the quality of them isn't wild or anything, they're all in season. So you don't have any headaches with who you're using here. Same with the goalkeeper, same with the defenders. You just don't need to worry about that. Your classics are clearly, yeah. Like, there's a Dryer team, a Muller team, a Son team, a Kalina team. That's your 4 classics. I love that. And then you're just picking and choosing around them. That's fantastic. I really like it. Just needs like a little bit of cushion, like maybe like another defender of this level is probably just about the sweet spot. For midfield, I think you probably need like, if you could get a guy that's better than everyone here, I don't think that would be hard. Like in terms of like the MLS has got a lot of options. Maybe I'm underselling one. Valakari. I love CR7. Coelho looked okay for a few weeks, didn't he? But there is like a level above. If you could get one of those mids, I think midfield is done. For the teams you've got and how you're cooking. And really, what more do you want up front? There's no need for in-season versions of some of these because you've got the full classic flexibility. The only limitation you have is you'll never be able to go Dryer Son, but that's a problem for, not today, I would say. So yeah, like a captainable midfielder, like a real like top shelf captainable mid, something like that, and maybe like one other tier 2, tier 1A defender that you can probably get in on the cheap, like Tolu, who we just looked at. It was like 20 quid, something like that. I don't know. I think that's pretty good, mate. Honestly, I really like the goalkeeper thing. It's Sorare poetry what you've did here. The only thing you need is a classic handcuff for Kalina, and it's like the template of how to build. It's not been too cheap for you. It looks like you've had to buy, and as I'm saying this out loud, I'm pretty sure we spoke about this at the time, but you've had to pay for guys as number 1 for the most part. Good getting the Breza in for 3 quid. Maybe that will soften the blow slightly, but yeah, it feels like you've had to pay for most of these guys when they've been chucked in the deep end. Josh Telly, good to see you. Let's look at the limiteds, because you did say you've got some limiteds as well you're chipping away at. We've got a wee Andy Thomas in goals. Cool. And again, you can play Dregs down here. Yeah, if you've got defenders, you can play them down here. You've got a wee McGlynn. That's a nice looking card, by the way. Is that the Pulisic? Is this the Pulisic template? I said McGlynn. I don't know if I meant that, or if it was a subconscious type thing, And you get a Messi. Yeah, that's a bit of fun. Aye, why not, man? Leaderboard. Just chuck a team in. Go for it, man. Yeah. Or even try and farm a wee streak action out of it. I can dig it. Thomas, McGlynn, Messi. You've got rare defenders coming out your hoo-ha. And then for the extra man, take your pick here. And you've got rare extra men you can use. I like that, man. This is a very me kind of move. I like this a lot, mate. I hope this yields something for you. That would be awesome. Like proper. Like imagine you hit the 5th streak. We'd just be doing this. Now, as you get higher up, you probably play your rares deliberately down, of course. But I love that kind of thing, mate. I hope this works out very well for you. Kai, welcome. Picked the season ticket back up, my man. Good to see you. Welcome back to the club. So we do the strategy reviews for all the channel members. The channel membership is £1 a week, £4 a month. We have a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord, but it's like they've had a baby and it's way better. And yeah, we're just in there talking Sorare and MFL stuff all the time. We do these streams once a week where we're doing Sorare strategy stuff. We also have an MFL community team, which badly needs some reinforcements. Now, if you're a channel member, any player can go into this team. We will take them. The whole point of this is it gets you some in-game currency. It gets you some MFL. So even if you've got the worst player in the game, I'll give you a good contract for him and it'll get you a nice wee chunk out of this team just for being a channel member. We normally do very well. We almost got promoted last season. On projections, we're looking to do well. We drew our first match, which was we were close to winning it, but we conceded a goal quite late on. We have another game tonight, but the problem is we have no depth. We only have depth at striker. We've got 2 backup strikers. We have a starting 11, and that is it. We desperately need some more MFL reinforcements, so hopefully we'll get stuck into that shortly in the stream. But yeah, all day skills, I think, like the limited thing, like that's quality. I would just keep that going. That's a lot of fun. And we're rare, like a captainable guy into midfield and like one other guy that goes into the crowd. You could get a better defender if you want. I'm not going to stop you. But I think like another guy that's just good bang for buck, reliable, solid team and such. Just put him in the mix will help. And yeah, captainable mid just makes everything way better, I think. Because the captainable mid goes into the best team with Dreyer and Ingvarsson or with Muller and whoever else you would put in that team, etc., etc. So yeah, I think that's the biggest ones to watch out for you on the market potentially. But before we get to, we've got Cantona kicker and we've got Guido to come on to next, right? But just before we get there, we actually have a wee bit of reward crafting to do. Now, for the channel members, we craft cards, we give them away. You guys get to vote on what cards we're going to pull. We'll dive into some MFL stuff for a minute, maybe after this. If some requests come in, we'll get some contract offers sent out. But we've got 4,000 essence. I was speaking on the channel earlier that I swapped some rare essence for some limiteds, and yeah, it was for champion essence. I knew I was getting some quality level of return. I must have got like 100 rare essence, but it was going to give me like 50. Honestly, I got a crazy conversion on something, and I thought that's too good to turn down. Let's do it. Let's have a wee bit of a, because the rare essence I'm not going to be using. I'm going to be saving it up, of course. So let's do it. So we've got 40% champ limited essence for giveaway. 60% of it is all star, and we've got a wee crumb of it in challenger. So we're hoping for some champion. We're going to be doing league clues to get us going. I don't have any tokens for clues or anything. We've got 4,000 here, so we could do 3 with crafts. If we throw a card back, we'll be able to do 3 with 1 clue craft. Yeah, so that's probably what we're going to do. Right, standard. Let's pull a league. Okay, a lot of champ here. A lot of champ. We have La Liga. We have 4 Liga in total. We've got an SPFL, a K League, a J League, 2 SPFL make that, sorry, and a Portuguese league. Very, very interesting. Now, I'm going to put a wee poll on. What league do you want us to pull a reward card from? Is it La Liga? Is it Liga? I'm going to put J and K together. And then obviously we'll break up the vote if it is one of them that you go for. And then other one, oh, we've got a Prem as well. I'll put Ligue 1 or Prem. Or no. Let's just do Ligue 1. Let's do Prem. And then let's just do the rest. Yeah? That's what we'll do. And if you all vote for the rest, then we'll do another poll and we'll break it down from there. But what league do you want us to craft from on this one? The La Liga card feels alright. By the way, it's giving the Quinny Vision some good vibes. The Prem one I'm not that sold on, to be honest with you. K-League is probably going to be a good card. I don't mind this guy, by the way. He looks alright. I think the bottom row is actually kind of fun. I do like this La Liga one. Oh, I don't know, actually. It's kind of hard to tell. Get voting away in the poll. Smash the like button. I've got 3 cards to craft to give away. I already have a K-League card that I won as a tier 2. for giveaway. So we'll have like 3 or 4 cards, hopefully, depending on if we keep them or throw them back, that kind of thing. We'll definitely need to throw the first crap one that we get. Maybe it's this one back so that we'll have enough essence for more clues. What do you think about Maguire being left out of the England team? Didn't really. Yeah, I've no idea, mate, to be honest with you. Has he been quite ever present? I've ended the season with a very positive balance, only for Sorare to release Argentina cards. I want to waste all my budget for next season on the real knows. Oh, they've got you, buddy. They've got you. Wait for Paz. That's what I'm waiting for. Nico Paz. Any cool Wonder Kids or transfer bound players that might be good investments? I've got $20 and I'm trying to fatten up the wallet before next season. Oh, that's a good thought. I'm not too sure. Let me stew on that one, Rye. I'll come back to you. And then there's Kai. Hi, Quinny. If you get the chance, can you look at my gallery going for... yeah. I'll have a look at that, Kai. I'll add you on in a second, buddy. Prem has got 50% of the vote, is winning. La Liga has 30... Oh, it's just jumped a wee bit. Prem's down to 45. La Liga's at 36. And then Liga 1 and the rest are tied on 9% each. So it's a bit of a fight between La Liga and Prem. Get voting in the poll if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button. If you're a Become a channel member, the link is in the description of the video. There's also a little button below the video you can press called, it says join. Click on that, YouTube explains it all to you. It's all done through Google Play and stuff, so you don't need to give me your bank details or any of that caper. It's easy peasy. And yeah, all goes to supporting me and the channel. We'll leave it running for maybe another wee minute. It's still Prem, there's no more votes kind of came in, but that might be all we get for votes. There's a bunchies here, there could be more votes. What one are we crafting? What one are we crafting? Oh, another votes came in and it has made it neck and neck. La Liga versus the Prem are both tied on 42% of the vote now. It is split. Guys, we need a power hour or a power run of a minute here. Can we get another couple of votes in? And I don't just mean one, which we've had, which is just put the Prem back in front now ever so slightly. Can we get another couple of votes in to really seal the deal? What one is a better value proposition? What would be the better reward to win? Premier League or La Liga? None of them giving me mad vibes. In particular, the standalone leagues in the pool here. Oh, we've had a wee rash of votes come in, and they've all pushed the Prem over the top. Thanks to everyone that got involved. Smash the like button, and we're going for the Premier League. Oh, fun. Be usable for the weekend. Oh, Carter Vickers was a Scottish card, or one of them anyway. That's funny. That was... Oh, Matt Ryan would have been very usable in season World Cup. Oh, that would have been very usable. Rodrigo Muniz is still usable. Do we keep our toss that? I think we keep that, yeah. The Portuguese choice, who would that have been? Mangas. I'll listen to the audio of the game being ended. Yeah, I'll listen to it. So yeah, what do we think? Keeper, is he playing? He's playing, isn't he? Not meant to start this weekend. Keep. Yeah, okay. He's a giveaway card. Let's do that. Right, let's pull another one. Standard again. League review. Oh, nice league reviews here. Nice league reviews here. Right, so we have La Liga. There's 2 spots there for it. We have a Prem. We have a Bundesliga. And we have a League One. Now, if you vehemently want us to go for Portugal, Belgium, or Denmark, who are the other 3 represented here, then you need to shout it at me in the poll. And you'll need to outdo one of them, and I'll redo the poll with somebody dropped off and one of them on it, okay? But I imagine the champ leagues are the ones that we care the most about. So we're running a poll for that. Ligue 1, La Liga, Ligue 1, Premier League, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, La Liga. Yeah, tough to call, by the way. Tough to call. I think my first instinct on that last room was the La Liga one was a goodie and the Prem wasn't. I was maybe kind of right on that, wasn't I? Just remembering that now. I like this guy. I think that La Liga guy feels alright. This guy feels alright as well. Again, I've been number one biased recently. Maybe not for a bad reason. Yeah, I kind of like these two. I like these two personally. It makes Hearts look so stupid. That's funny. I can't wait to hear it. Prem and La Liga are still usable this weekend. Yeah, maybe there's World Cup activity though. Maybe this league has lots of World Cup guys, or I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah. 54% of the vote is in for La Liga, 31% for Prem, 15% Bundes, and 0% Ligue 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is end the poll there, right? I can see clearly none of these want Ligue 1, right? So, La Liga, this one here is number 3, yeah? This here is number 7. And we'll do 9 and 10, yeah? 3, 7, 9, and 10. So we've just finalised it down to the 2 La Liga ones, the Bundesliga and the Premier League. Which one do you want? Number 3 is the one that we've highlighted now. Number 7, number 9, number 10. Smash the like button, smash the votes. What one are you going for? Number 3. I like number 7. I like number 1. Yeah, I still like number 1, by the way. I like them too. Wasn't too convinced by number 9, but Bundesliga did get some votes in the last one, as did the Prem. Again, I'm not too... I don't know, this one's got a bit of a glow down here. Makes me think it could be something. So yeah, number 3 is running away with it early doors. Oh, 7 is really pulled back into it. Oh, bunch of votes coming in. It's very, very tight. 7 is pushed away a wee bit now. 9 and 10 not getting very much joy in the votes at all. Bit more of a fight between... I was saying that number 10's just gotten our vote. If we can get our couple of votes in, that would be lovely. Feels like number 7 is leading the race, but number 3 hotly behind it. Bundesliga and Prem have had some representation, but not too much. Feels like it's number 7 in the lead. 2 more votes, then we'll call it. 2 more votes. It's tight. 2 more votes could make it tighter. There's 1 more in. If we can get 1 more vote just to seal the deal, or maybe keep it going as a contest, perhaps. I like number 3, says Josh. The top La Liga card. Josh has had his eye on that one. Yep, we're up to 15. Love it. And number 7 is the one that takes it. Number 3 finishing on 27% of the vote. Number 10, which was the Premier League, is on 20. Number 9 was on 7. So between those 3, they got just more than 50% of the vote. With 47% of the vote, and the individual winner is number 7. Zito Luvumbu. Mario Marin of Getafe was the top La Liga card. Nicolas Dominguez was probably the best guy in the room. Yeah, we're not keeping that. And then I'll give us 1 more craft with a clue. 1500, we've nailed this. So let's pull it again. good that we kept the first card, because I would have been raging if we threw him back and then got that guy, and it was like, oh, we've got nobody. So league clue. Let's go again. What do we have here? Wow, still got a fair. I'm really glad I got that champ essence for us, by the way. Really glad. We've not really had anything good come of it yet, really. But nice mixture here with 2 Prem, 1 La Liga, 1 Liga 1, and 2 Bundesligas. Again, I'm going to assume Croatia, J League, Bundesliga 2, and Austrian Bundesliga we're not really interested in. Yeah, it was a bad room, I think, Josh, wasn't it? So what do we fancy this time? It's the same options again. We'll go Prem. So it's got 2. Bundesliga has 2 as well. Then we'll go La Liga and Liga. And what one are we picking? What do we like the look of? I'll have a wee scan over them in a wee second. Put the poll into the chat for you guys. But yeah, 2 Premier Leagues. Yeah, I think I've been really #1 biased recently, but this #1 looks good. Number 3, not really feeling anything from there. That feels like a good one. Oh yeah, I like this little elbow. I think these guys are all, they're maybe all crap. I've got a soft spot for #1 here. Votes are flying in, keep them coming. If the vote was to go for La Liga or Liga, and we'll be able to craft the cards right away. But if the vote goes for Premier League or Bundesliga, we'll need one more vote to split them. What one are we after? Oh, I like #1 as well. Josh is with me. Peter Hutchison thinks #6 is looking good. I like this elbow. I think this elbow has some cards in it. This is the one for me. It just feels like this kind of bit at the bottom is really glowy. Yeah, look at that. There's definitely a difference there. You won't tell me there isn't. The votes are flying in. 56% of these have went with Prem. So there's going to be a straight row, a straight fight. We'll just go top, bottom. Yeah? Top row or bottom row? Let's keep it simple. Are we going with this one? Top row, or are we going bottom row? It's a straight fight to the death with these two. Early favourite for me, #1. Some of the favourite from the chat in #6. What one are we taking? Get the votes going. Smash them in. Smash the like button as well. This will be the last card we'll have. We've got 2 cards sitting there for giveaway. This hopefully is the third, and hopefully it's a pretty fun one as well. That can be used at the weekend or for the World Cup. Are we going bottom row or top row? Votes are flying in. A lot of these are going top row. Interesting. Keep the votes coming. We've not had as much votes on this as we have had previously, so keep them flying in. Are you going top row or bottom row? Have a good day at work all day, Skills. I hope it flies in, mate. Hope it's smooth sailing. And yeah, as the votes come in, one more to seal the deal. Thanks again for all the support all day, Skills. Have a good one, buddy. You're still here. And yeah, we'll call it there. Top row, Prem. Reveal yourself. Savinho! That is fun. That is fun. Yeah, this little elbow I liked. Yeah, there's maybe not much going on there, is there? I think we nailed it with Savio. That is a belter. That's a lovely reward card. Does he play at the weekend? Who knows? Is he going to the World Cup? I don't think so. But it's a fun giveaway card for sure. Buzzing to win that. Well worth the crafting time and the essence kind of swap around. So that was a wee bit of fun. So we have Park Gyeong Sop. We also have Rodrigo Muniz. And you know what? We actually have Messi for giveaway for, I think, just for the channel. I think we're just doing that for that was donated to us by Liam, wasn't it? We'll just do that on a video or something, or a post. But we've got Messi to give away for the World Cup. When's his last MLS game? So that's probably the last time we'll try and use him for giveaway rewards, and then we'll give him away as a reward. No, not World Cup. I want to look at MLS. Fixtures. this weekend, and then that's it. Yeah, so after this weekend, we'll set up. I'll probably do like comment replies on a video or something, but we'll give away Messi for the World Cup like over the next couple of days. I'll use him this weekend to try and win some stuff for you guys on giveaways. Then after that, I think he'll have served his purpose for winning some reward giveaways for FC Barcelona. He helped me win that Nottingham Forest top as well. And then hopefully he can go and help you guys. Again, thanks to Shane for the donation 3 months ago. It's helped greatly to the cause of pulling out some limited essence to getting you guys some more giveaway cards and stuff. So a lot of fun for me, and hopefully a lot of fun for one of you guys during the World Cup. So yeah, Rodrigo Muniz, Park Gup, Sop, and then who else did we just craft there? Savio. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Otherwise, I've just got yeah, Sociedad stuff to sell duplicates for and whatever. Yada yada. So that's all good fun. Awesome. Right, Red or Dead. Where are we at, my man? W donation. Yeah, massive W donation from Shane. Massive. And you know, like giving it away for the World Cup as well is going to be pretty sweet for anyone that wins it. You know, that'll be a sweet one. Right, Red or Dead. Where were you, my man? What were we asking? I'm going for Streak 5 in MLS. Can you have a look? Upgraded my gallery since the last time. Is that rare or limited? Gregorus, our day's going very well, mate. How's your day going? Let's go to MLS. Yeah, it's going to be limited, isn't it? I don't think you've got in-season rares to speak of. Yeah. Streak 5. Let's have a peek. Turner, last game before the World Cup, playing Charlotte away. Could be alright. Streak 5, though, we need... Yeah, who is the best keeper? Sean John's got a decent game, eh? Montreal. Yeah, I like Sean John. I'd use him in quite high order. I don't know if I'd quite go team 1 with him, but he's definitely in the reckoning. Larissa's got Seattle or something. I don't know if I'd be taking that. Cabral is Minnesota. Are they at home? No, they're away. Do you know? Yeah, I think Sean John's probably pick of the litter. You've got in season and classic. And then, as I say, they're random number generators anyway. Dane St. Clair, Minnesota, or RSL, or no, Philly. Miami, of course. Yeah, Dane St. Clair at home to Philly. Yeah. Dane St. Clair, that's the top 3. Dane St. Clair and both your Sean Johns. So we need a lot of. We've only got one in-season keeper for the top 3 lineups in that kind of reckoning, which will take the Fernandez Marcao defender maybe. Leave that option open in a second. But let's imagine it's mainly in-season outfield. Tolu, I think, will do well against LA if he plays. He's that sort of guy. Agaman could be good. Charlotte are playing, yeah, Revs. Like, that's a good game for a defender. Miles Robinson, Orlando, not on to play. Yeah. Okay, I think we're a bit thin on defence, but it's not really the be all and end all. That's fine. As long as we've got good mid and forward options. Because for Streak 5, we need to hit. Now, Maxi Morales, I would not be banking on using him this weekend. He gets stretchered off the other night. Yeah, man, your midfield is. So you've got. Who's Royce playing? Houston. At home. Vancouver. Yeah, man, your midfield is like good guys, but. Kind of tough situation. I think Vardson's usable. All these guys are as well, of course. Yeah, man, it's midfield, especially if you're using classic keepers. You've probably got a really good classic mid that you can use with the in-season keeper, which is fine. Royce could be alright. Valakari. I think for Streak 5, I'd be nervous with this midfield. Again, Rusnak and CR7 could be great against LAFC, but they're away for the big kind of. It's their last game before the World Cup. I'm sure they'll go out with a bit of a bang and whatever, but I don't know, mate. Your midfield, I would struggle to pick your midfield for Streak 5. Like, I really would. If you've got the ability to bring anything in, plan to use a Vander Classic. So if we're using the Vander Classic, that'll be with the in-season Sean John, which is cool, by the way, right? In-season Sean John. Maybe even in-season Turner comes into the reckoning a bit more if I'm just thinking this out as we're talking. You've got Tolu, Agamang, in-season... yeah, so we've got 2 in-season keepers for the top 2 teams, let's say. We've got classic mids. We could go single mids, or we can double them up with somebody, but let's just imagine RDP is a team, Evander's a team, Rusnak can go with one of them, Royce can go with the other, or Valakari, whoever you fancy. Yeah, that's pretty solid. We need to use Turner quite high in the priority, which isn't bad, you know, against Montreal. And then you're looking at single striker in this build so far. So yeah, Peck could go in the Royce team, Ingvarsson could go in the Valakari team. I can see how you're going to build them. I think the fixtures actually work out kind of well enough. Like, Houston's not a great game for Galaxy, but they are at home, and you know they're doing all right. Some of the attacking players, at least, anyway. Yeah, you can. Again, just thinking back, you're looking at Tolu, Agamang, Glesnes. Yeah, that's your top 3 defenders. They're all quite fine, by the way. And look at that. In the last week, you've bought them all, and you've apparently spent over a tenner on them. That's brilliant. Um, Chicago at home to Toronto. And there's some other guys that could be in the reckoning. I don't know. I think for Streak 5, let's see, is there something big that we could get a wee bit of exposure to? You do have that classic Fernandez Marcao defender, right? Which is something I tried to think about a minute ago. But let's imagine Fernandez Marcao, for example, as a defender. Cause that's a really big score potential out of him. Let's imagine he's with the Sean John in the second team. So we don't use RDP. We'll use Fernandez Marcao. And then you've got the other in-season mid that he didn't use in the last team, plus then Valakari or whatever. So it's Royce and Valakari, for example, with Fernandez Marcao in defence. That feels really good. Yeah. And then Igvarsson up front or something, whatever you fancy. Wolf, maybe. Heck. Yeah, I think, like, so for Streak 5, I'm kind of going all over the place here. I would go... Sean John, Fernandez Marcao, Rusnak. Hmm. Hmm. Sean John, Fernandez Marcao, CR7, Royce. Oh no. Let's wind back. Team 1, right? From the top. Team 1, Sean John, Fernandez Marcao Classic, Rusnak CR7, Peck. Boom. Team 2, we're going Turner or Dane. Yeah, we're going Turner, Tolu, Buka and Royce. No, 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 no. Evander and Buka. Ingvarsson, Wolf, or one of the forwards. And then for the third team, you're going to classic Daint St. Clair. The other defender, you've used Agaman. Let's say we used Tolu this time, or Glesnes, whatever is left over. In midfield, we've used, yeah, we've still got Royce and Valakari for team three. And then that means team four, or team three, sorry, up front. We're looking at the forward we've not used yet, whether it be Judd or Wolf or Ingvarsson or whatever. Yeah, I think you can have three. You do have some builds here that can swing for it, mate. I think the fixtures are okay for you, but there's definitely a wee bit of X factor. I would be still like, oh, there's something missing. Oh, I've received a wee offer, have I? Savio, go away. That's our giveaway card. Can he have it? Yeah, there's something for streak 5. I'd still be a wee. Oh, you do have classic Guilherme. Oh yeah, it's tough. Red or dead. Dryer's down to 33. Could you not get a wee Dryer in the build? I know he's not nailed, you know what I mean? But I think that's like Peck is a brilliant guy in the top team. They've basically got, I think it just needs a wee push. It's the last game before the World Cup, so it's kind of bittersweet buying anyone. But if there's any bots or any desperate traders out there that want to buy World Cup cards, you might get yourself a price you're after. Jack McGlynn at 13 quid. He's going to the World Cup. He's not got a great game. He's playing LA. Espinoza, different story. He's playing NYC. Not a super great game, but the forward card probably does quite well. I'd find that hard to imagine it doesn't. So yeah, mate, I think you've got a bit of alright going on here. But if I was building for Streak 5, I would feel the need to reinforce with something. Maybe it's an in-season keeper. I've not watched the Anfield Rap thing yet. Evening Shagger, good to see you. Smack my dancer. I shouldn't read that one out loud, should I? But ugh. I think you do have a 500 score in a team or two here, maybe even as much as 3. I don't know. I think I would need to see them laid out to feel supremely comfortable. I think the fixtures are alright for you. I don't think you've got too many guys that's like, oh, that's a terrible situation. Most of them are pretty usable. Just some guys are away, you'd rather they were at home, or says maybe there's just a wee bit of something missing. Why does Antonio just reject my offers? Does not even counter. What is it you're trying to do, Alf? Are you trying to get him to buy your cards? Or are you trying to buy his cards? Yeah, so let me know if I can tell you why it maybe works. Best as I can. Chicago at home to Toronto last weekend. Yep, yep, yep. Podcast will be out in the morning, Michael. You're right there, buddy. So taking requests. Yeah, Mason, I can squeeze you in. I think you'll be the last one. I'm just double checking I've not missed anyone else. Next up, we've got Guido. Guido. Where are we? Oh, we had Kai as well. Sorry. So yeah, we've got Kai to add in. Guido, and then Mason will squeeze you on if you're. Yeah, should be alright for time. You want to buy his card. He doesn't really do counters, mate. It's like the price are listed for is unless you're going to do trades, and if you're doing trades, and he like see, so let's imagine he's got a card up for 20 quid. If you're trying to send him an offer of 12 quid and he just rejects you, it's because he's only going to sell it for 20 quid. If you're trying to send him an offer of 12 quid plus 10 quid's worth of cards and he rejects it, he doesn't want any of the cards you've sent him. So he's only seen it as a £12 offer. He's not listed it. If he's maybe not listed it, it might have it in a team, and that's why if he sends you a counter, it will cancel his lineup. He might also have it as a keep card. He's not got everything for me. I think everything for sale is for sale with him, but maybe it's like in a game week. It's hard to know. But I would think it's some sort of thing around that, mate, where it's like it's just not for sale for what you're trying to do. Love it, Red or Dead. So Kai, we had Kai. Did you give us your name again? Kai 887, yeah, for something like that. And then Mason Miller. Right, Guido. Where is Guido? Can you have a look at my MLS and Premier League cards and help me with some lineups? I'm struggling to hit streaks, and I think I should easily hit the streaks for sure in MLS. Yeah, let's have a peek. Let's have a peek. Ask the official. I guess it's actually Tavolieri, doesn't he do clickbait? I've seen the Scottish press were quickly trying to come out and go, oh, it's an exaggeration. These were just slow, right? You were slow. Somebody else got the scoop before you. You were sleeping at the wheel, and these are mudded again. 24 hours later, it's confirmed he's out, you know? Right, okay, so MLS and Prem should be streaking and aren't. Let's have a nosy. Prem. It's the last game of the Prem, mate, so I'm not too sure how much value there is in doing anything about this. Unless you're like on streak 3 or 4 or 5. To be honest, I think MLS is a bit more to it because it's only like halfway through the season, although last game before we get the World Cup break. So it'd be nice to get a wee win under the belt and set yourself up, but everything will be totally changed after the World Cup. Guys will be back at different times. Yada yada. MLS will be a mess post World Cup for a lot of players and teams, not them all, but so yeah, I would be, yeah, like, yeah, you've got all the options here. You're definitely right. You've got all the options you would want there. Fafana, Harrington. I like the defence. It's kind of similar to one of the defences we've seen earlier. It's all in season with the exception of this Palencia. They're all quite a bit the same when they're on it. They're decent enough guys, all play for nice enough teams. It's maybe just a bit too tier 2-y. Like Tate Johnson's probably the best one he can hear. This Lucas Harrington's been a revelation this year, a wee budget guy under the radar. And the Revs have had some good defender plays as well, obviously. But yeah, and maybe one or two of these guys are like tier 1's fine, but yeah, it's just the only thing I'd say about the defence. The goalkeepers, no comment like that at all to be made. I like the midfield. I just think the midfield is outweighed by the goalkeepers. So, like, Team 1, NFM, Berhalter. Team 2, Kubas, Leroux. Team 3, Paxton single, maybe Paxton and Longstaff for double. So you're getting to like 3 teams and you're kind of running out of mids. If we're going double mid, single defence. And then up front, we've got classic Messi, Kuipers, Espinoza in season, Musa in season as well. I really like everything you've got going on here, mate. Honestly, even classic Sons and all the rest of it. I just think your midfield is too shallow for like you've got all the keepers. Yeah. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the best in season keepers. Like, if you got rid of Pantomis and brought in Takaoka and Kalina, you'd probably have the 6 best in season keepers in the division. Freeze, Brady, Krupau, Lloris. Pantomis is scoring well. I'm not saying to kick him out by any stretch, but just the expected top guys. You've got 5 of them in season, and then classic Sean John, classic Daniel. There's 6 lineups of power here. The defense, for like single defenders, you're probably going to get 6 of them out. But how quickly do they bring in 35s and 40s? Probably by team 3 and beyond. With midfield, it's kind of like after team 3, I really don't know what you're doing. And up front, you're kind of fine, I think, for really all of them for the most part. I don't think, like the bottom team, having a guy like Bamba or whatever in it, or Caicedo is not a problem. Or Judd. You get good options up front here. Because you're only expected to mainly run single attack, you know, especially if it's like classic Messi. You've got a midfield of NFM and somebody else in season, your yada yada. I think that could work alright. But yeah, I just think your midfield is way too thin for the amount of keepers you have, the amount of options you have. In defence, I think it just, yeah, I think it just tails, you know. And like, I bought this guy, Ceballos, didn't I? Like, he looked alright. So things happen. You've not bought anyone bad necessarily, I've done it wrong. But some of these guys, like Antino Lopez was getting some minutes for a while, but isn't a starter for Seattle. So you're not really going to be able to use him that much. And, you know, all these other guys, Ibiagas and Brandon Bai, you know, they're all quite up and down. There's only like 3 or 4 guys that are kind of reliable enough. I mean, you've got 6 lineups to play, and then maybe 1 or 2 of them off form, or bad fixture, suspended, injured. I think defence is too thin, and I don't think midfield is enough to stretch the teams over. Mostly play double attack. Okay. So if we're thinking double attack as a focus, or, you know, fine, I can get behind that. Messi Kuipers for one team. Son Espinoza. Muller Judd. It's 3 teams very easily. Musa for team 4. Wilf and Bamba for team 5. And then between like Judd and Navarro, you get 6 teams. Yeah, you could go double forward in a lot of them, actually. It takes a bit of pressure off the thing I was saying about midfield. But again, I'm not sure even if we go single mid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just about get again, some of these guys are fine. I don't. It's just a bit thin for me. Maybe thinking about the context of your predominantly double forward. Like you've got NFM and Berhalter, one other guy that's in that category, and maybe 1 or 2 of these guys could get there. It is good, mate, don't get me wrong. But if you're struggling to hit, just think, yeah, another defender or 2 in the range you're in, or 1 or 2 that are maybe a wee step above. Again, with the prices about to come down to World Cup syndrome, you might get some openings in there. But yeah, a defender or 2 and a midfielder or 2, and I think your life gets a lot easier. Because for 6 lineups, I just don't see the quality in your defence here for 6 teams. And for mid, although it is mainly double forward, fine. You know, I worry about the mid after team 3. Because I'm going to want to go, I know you're saying it's double forward, but let's imagine like Fernandez goes in a team double forward. Berhalter goes into a team double forward. But then after that, the double forward for the 3rd lineup is going to be, so let's say Kuipers, let's say Messi Espinoza, and let's say Kuipers Judd. So the 3rd team is going to be like Arston Muller or Muller Son. That's not bad on paper. And who's the midfielder for that going to be? Kubas or Leroux or Paxson or Kaliskin, or and then go so on and so. Yeah, I just feel like it kind of drops off. Maybe it needs 1 more step if we're going single mid the whole way. The option to go double mid, I think, should be looked at too. And defence, it's just, yeah, again, defence, like we showed earlier in the stream, it's a buyer's market. There's no rush. Prices will only go down for the next little while. Is there a deadline show? Oh, yeah, but you know what? I'll talk to Harry. I think we'll probably need to do it at the same time just for scheduling and whatnot. But maybe we'll have a wee flex situation. I don't know. I'll come back to you on that, Liam. Good question, by the way. Thanks for that. Like Kai. What were we after? Kai. Going for MLS Streak 5. I've made a watch list for teams I'm planning to play. Nice. Oh, I'm not sure I can see the lists depending on how you've done it as a watch list. I won't be able to see it. You need to do it as a list on your squad page. Streak 5. Somebody we were chatting about that kind of earlier. Wow, we've got all the boys to play with here. Yeah, like take your pick of the keepers, mate. You've got the pick of the litter. And yeah, man, see, this is what I mean a wee bit with like, a wee Reagan, a wee Rodan. Nahar's been good. It's just another kind of, it's not much of a difference between defenders, but this is like two rows of defenders like we just looked at before. But the worst guys here, arguably some of them would be the best guys in the last defence, some of the last defences we've looked at. And that's not like a slight or anything, but there is little bands of those defenders. And I know even Tristan Blackman's L5 is minging there, but I just look at this lot and I think, yeah, more weeks than not, you'll have one or two guys here that will be in a good spot. So I like your defence a lot. We've got Heels and Evanders, NFM, Berhalter, and you've got a lot of, Tverskov as well. You've got so much potential for Streak 5, mate. Messi, Kuipers, Zinc, Guilherme. Oh, mate, yeah, you've got all the toys. There's really, like, you've got all the toys. Don't want to put any pressure on you, mate, but you've got all the toys. Guilherme playing LA. Hard to imagine he doesn't turn up for that house. He away from home. That's where he gets his hundos. He's got some of his hundos. LA are not that great. Guilherme classic with in-season Messi. Classic Messi with in-season Dryer. Yeah, that could be alright. Or Peck. I really like Peck for this weekend. I think he could do great. Espinosa's playing City. He'll probably score well against them. Don't know how the result will go. Hopefully not too bad for me, but in-season Son. Yeah, they're playing somebody good, aren't they? Yeah, Seattle. Denke. Oh, Denke could be sneaky, but I don't think he's a big scorer against Orlando. Zinkernackle. Yeah, so like Zinkernackle with classic Messi, in-season Messi with Guilherme. Could be a bit of double striker action there. And then maybe for the third team, you're like Dryer Peck. Sounds like a naughty phrase, that doesn't it? Or something to that tune anyway. Midfield for the top like three teams, you're looking at Heel, Evander, NFM. Wow, but yeah, you've got all the picks here for single mids. You might go double power forward. And for single defence, I think Chicago, Toronto, that's not bad. Mbokazi, last game before the World Cup. Agamang, Revs, good game for a defender. Nashville, City, yeah, he'll probably, like, City don't really have a striker, so probably does alright. I don't know if I'd trust Dua, to be honest, he's a bit of a 40 merchant, but Alex Roldan, if playing, although it doesn't look like it. Jackson Reagan, he's like a high 40 guy, low 50s. Yeah, I think like your first three teams are cruising. So how many streak teams do you have? 5? So who's the best? Is it Tolu? Yeah, we're talking Tolu before. Yeah, Tolu would be a good defender to add in. Tolu does well. Uh, yeah, I like Tolu. Rodan's not going to play and stuff. I like the NYC guys, but they're playing Nashville. It's probably not got a great game for them. In that way, let's have a look at MLS defenders for a moment. Actually, like the good ones rather than like the ones that should get a wee dip on the hands, you know. Yeah, if a fan of the other Revs guy, Palacios has got big scores in him. It's not super reliable though for a big lineup. The boy Harrington's been doing well. Dallas, are they at home? They are. Harrington's not bad, by the way. £7. That's not too bad to get used. Uh, that can work out. Harry L is a really sucky team, sadly. Bombino for £11. He's a streak 5 defender. I know it's Vancouver, but San Diego are at home. Yeah, man, he's a very streak 5 defender, Bombino. £11. I think if you're on streak 5, I really wouldn't hesitate at that. Jack Elliott can be good, and Adrian Marine's getting a good wee reputation in and around the Sorare sphere anyway. They're taking on Sensei. It's not a great game. Don't know if I'd rush in to buy that, but certainly Tolu, Bombino. Tolu's a fiver. You know, you could get those two defenders for £15, £16. Makes a big difference to your top lineups and eventually how all of them kind of shake out. You had a Glesnes as well, didn't you? Or was that somebody else? Glesnes can be punchy. Glesnes likes a big game score. I don't mind a bit of Glesnes. Are a lot of the possible World Cup players likely to sit this week out? I don't think MLS care about that. I don't think if Messi says I'm not playing, but that's Messi, you know. So I wouldn't rule that type of thing out. Like James isn't going to play. I think he's basically released now, isn't he? I don't think there's any players really in protection mode. To be honest, I'd be surprised beyond Messi. And then the last one we've got is Mason Miller. What were we up to, Mason? Always love creeping in at the end. I don't think he actually dropped a request. He just asked if they were to go in. Okay, we're basically at the end. I'll leave it live and loud for another wee minute or two. Oh no, Mason did say something actually. Oh yeah, I've got 300 to improve MLS and build 4 in-season World Cup teams. Okay, so I don't know if I would be uh improving MLS now. I'd wait for the dip to come in on that. In terms of having 300 to build an in-season World Cup team, let's think about this again. What actually? Let's clean the screens up so I can think. There we go. What actually looked like the good prize pool to go for in this today? What looked like the fun thing to go for? Could be achievable. It wasn't really. It was only like it was like group stage. This kind of thing, wasn't it? For limited and rare, did Mason say? Yeah, well, Mason's only limited anyway. Do you have a World Cup list? No, you don't. Tournament, World Cup. We should have a lot of them here. In season, we've got Bruno, we've got Messi. Yeah, man, I'm not sure you're going to need to do much reinforcing Schlotterbeck. So at the beginning of the stream, Mason, I spent a bit of time doing this for myself, right? But this actually needs quite a forensic little tooth comb to go through it because the way this works for the streaking is it's anytime entry. So similar to Stellar Knights and stuff, like you really need to have your squads in a row. Uh, I've not got a good enough knowledge of your gallery to from here think about the different nations. You've clearly got like 11 Belgians here, for example, so that jumps up nicely, which is cool. A lot of these guys will play. I don't think you've got the keeper, do you? No Courtois, but De Kuiper will play, De Bast will play, Vanaken's probably in the squad prominently, Tielemans plays, Doku plays, so a classic Belgian player probably works for you quite nicely. Argentina, you've got 9 players, one of them's Messi, Alvarez as well, Otamendi plays. So if you could get like, I don't know if Palacios will start, but if you could get a starting midfielder and then a classic Emi Martinez, then you have a bit of an Argentina thing you can run. Scotland, because you can only use one classic. So you might have some classic guys that I'm not taking into account here. Yeah, you don't really get much for Scotland. Nothing lost there, probably. But you'll know yourself, like, oh, I've got lots of. Let's look at Portugal since you've got Bruno. Only got 4 Portuguese. Yeah, it's not really even the bones of a team. So I think you kind of need to know your gallery a wee bit because this list is, or this filter on that, it's quite limiting. I should be able to see the whole row of the nationalities to get an idea of what you're packing here. You've also got some good players. I can see that here. Spain. Let's check Spain. I've seen a Poro. Spain's quite a stackable country. You get 6. Poro. Yeah, nobody else is really a starter. Maybe Laporte starts, maybe, but mm, Algeria. Do you have Zidane? Now you've got everyone but Zidane. Maybe get a wee Mahrez and a Zidane in there, and you're cooking. What other countries are kind of fun? Did we try France? Let's look at France. You get 3 cards for them. Yeah, not super usable. We looked at Brazil, I think, didn't we? Who else is Germany? Schlotterbeck, Sané. I think Brown gets significant minutes. I don't think he's a starter. But yeah, Schlotterbeck and Sané are 2 big hitters, especially match day 1. They play like Curacao or something. Argentina's your move, but 100%. You've got Alvarez, Messi, nailed and nailed. Otamendi, nailed. Maybe you want a bit of depth, but whatever, really. I'd get an in-season Argentina mid. I'd maybe just back Argentina, mate. Like, see where you're just back Argentina. Like, how far are Argentina going to go? Semi-finals at the least with Messi and stuff. Maybe you just you can't quite go into 2 lineups, right, with Argentina. But like, if it's not Alvarez, it's Lautaro in midfield. Is RDP going to make the squad? I'm not sure the Argentina squad is outwardly confirmed at this point, is it? Otamendi could get injured or suspended. You probably want a Christian Romero, that kind of thing. I would probably build like a 7-man stack. For the 7-man stack, you already have Messi, Alvarez, and Otamendi. You already get 3 guys. Maybe 1 or 2 of these guys come into the reckoning too. Barco or something, whatever, Sinise, but I wouldn't bank on it. But yeah, I'd maybe add like 3 more Argentina cards, and you've got like, again, without knowing your other nationalities, you might have something pure cool that I'm not really picking up on here. Germany could be buildable as well, but I just don't have super confidence in Germany. Nagelsmann's good. I like a lot of the squad, but I don't know. I'm just not mad confident for them. So yeah, that's for you, Mason. That's the MLS. I wouldn't spend any money on it until the prices drop. And with World Cup, again, digging a wee bit deeper, it's hard to see any other countries that you've got like that strong of a presence with. England and Colombia are decent. Let's have a look at that. Let's look at England. We have Pickford, maybe a backup as well. That's fun. Midfielder option: Morgan Rogers, Wharton, Anderson. I think they're all usable, aren't they? Defenders, you're sorted. Forwards, yeah, you've got an England. This is all in season as well. Who do you have as classic? Because you could play any classic you want. You've got all the positions covered here. You could play Rice is probably the best one. Is there a better England classic you could get? Like a Kane? Or a Olise? No, he's French. Who will they play again, England? Saka, Kane. Am I tripping? Something like that. And then you said Colombia. Maybe we get the Colombia goalkeeper. Was Colombia on that list, by the way? Yes, they are. Brilliant. All right. 6 Colombians. Everything but the keeper. Yes, I'd watch out for the Colombian keeper. Colombian keeper, build Argentina out, and a classic Kane. If you can get all that for your money, I think you're cooking, mate. Is the classic World Cup comp SO5 or SO7? Pip boom. It's been a while since we've seen you. Good to see you. So the classic stuff is just going to be SO7 All Star for all intents and purposes. It's not really All Star. It's kind of like the Global Cup thing. Where's the full details of it here? Classic gameplay. 4 lineups. And it's like it doesn't actually explicitly say, does it? But I believe it is SO7. So yeah, I wouldn't spend anything on MLS now, mate, until prices drop. Classic Power England player. You've already got Rice, maybe he's it. Watch for the Colombian keeper coming out and get a wee bit of Argentinian fun on the go. You've got the double forwards, you've got the main defender, maybe just backup defender, get a goalkeeper in. And yeah, guys, as well, we need to. Somebody mentioned a player name earlier, by the way. We need players in, everyone. We need players. I've ended the Sorare season on the pod. Oh, yeah, sorry, I read that. The real knows. That was a new available player in my agency, Quinny. Thomas Runyon said that. There was some comments as well. Where were the comments from yesterday's show? Let's go and get some offers sent. Let's go, let's go. The comment section yesterday. There we go. Got a few comments in there with some names. Yeah, here we go. Sid Yahoui. Let's go and get him brought in. There we go. Boom. Come join the club, my man. And another guy, Eduardo Impero. Thanks very much, Gavin, for the shouts. Oh, sorry, this is the same guy. Oh, and a goalkeeper. Love that. Brilliant. Anyone else from the chat? MFL players to come in. Thomas Ronyon said he's got somebody free in his agency, so I think we can find that person. RT players contracts. Who is free? This guy. Let's get him in. We can use him. Maybe try and avoid those other guys. Thanks very much, Thomas. I think I've just sent the offer to the guy in question. I think somebody else mentioned one about a name in the Telegram, but I totally missed it and I've tried to search for it and I can't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, well, we get some reinforcements in. That's fun for tonight. Games tonight. Well, there's nothing really to change for the team, to be honest with you, because we've not got any rotation. Unless we're getting those guys in, maybe the CM goalkeeper. Yeah, he's just the CM. Yeah, we'll need him for times to come. Not today, though. The other guy that Thomas Ronyon has is a CDM. We might draft him in to start, although Via did alright. So that's fine. Oh, buzz. Guys, what a shift. Obviously, love hanging out with you guys on a Thursday. Some really good strategy stuff on the go. Wababa. There we go, guys are coming in rapid. Love that. Aye. I'll be live with McBride Ace on Satara here. I can't remember if we agreed for 7 or 7:30. I've booked it for 7:30. It might start at 7. More than likely 7:30. I need to feed myself after this. Oh, caramba. What a day, man. What a day. Let's go see this SFA thing. Yeah, it's confirmed. Have I been tagged in it or anything yet? No, not yet. SFA referee.
Now, happy, defender.
Header for me.
Looks good.
Okay. Oh, there's no goalkeeper.
It was clearly on half and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll check it. Checking on-field decision of goal. I think let's just go for this. Aye, just make sure there's nothing that we've not missed.
We've got a pitch invasion.
Clear header, yeah. And we've got the time. There's no foul there. It's clearly on half.
We have a pitch invasion.
Yeah. Don, it's Kevin confirming on-field decision of goal. Check complete. You're nearly.
Hearts are happy to finish, Don. Hearts are happy to finish. Derek McInnes has told me they're happy to finish. So they can get their players off. They want their players off the pitch. The Hearts want their players off. Is it finished? Yeah, it's finished.
Confirming the game is finished.
Okay.
Yeah, confirming the game's finished. We're just watching some of the images.
Nice. Nice. Josh, I'll send the offer for him, no problem, mate. Just let me know his name. Is he here? Botcher, there he is. Let's stick him in there. And what do you look like? Oh, I can tackle and stuff, that's good. Let's maybe just turn him into a defensive player again. Passing's not great. That's fine. And then Amina. His passing's a bit better. We can maybe let him off the leash a tiny bit more. So maybe make his passing direct. There we go. Maybe a nice wee tweak. Love that. Hans-Peter Rug. What a name. Let's go and get him. More options we have, the better. Let's get them in. Let's get the squad built. Awesome. Right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got a deadline show to do, probably at the usual time, but stay tuned. Maybe it'll be a wee bit different, but probably the same time. And yeah, we'll have some. Yeah, we've got plenty of stuff to get stuck into. Thanks everyone that tuned in today. Thanks to all the channel members for the support. I had a lot of fun crafting. We've got cards for giveaways, which we'll sort out as well. And yeah, have a good one, everyone. I'll see you soon.